Hello, and welcome to the 20th anniversary of the Las Vegas Book Festival. My name is Elle. I am a poet based out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I also run my own open mic called Spotlight Poetry. It's every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We always have a good time. We encourage new poets to come out and enjoy themselves. But a little bit more about me. I am originally from Tucson, Arizona. I moved out here in 2016, so it's roughly been about 5 years now, so I can officially call myself a native. I love Las Vegas. I love all the people and the opportunities that have been out here. It's been such a beautiful place for me to not only grow as a person, but to grow as an artist. And with that being said, I am going to share a couple poems with you guys. Some new stuff and some old stuff. So let's dive right in. This first poem is called The Beginning. And this poem is about that excitement of the beginning of love. So here we go. I remember the night sky was full. Surrounded by dim, unearthly light, I couldn't see your eyes, but I still knew they were there. They kept me safe. Quietly we sit and hear the crickets tune themselves as they prepare to fill the score. A bass arrives, then synchronizes with mine. Only inches apart. Hearts, only inches apart. Lips, only inches apart. We filled each star with a story. And with those stories, we made constellations, astounding constellations that even God himself would be jealous. Thank you. That's the first one. That one was called Beginning. This next one I want to present because by the time this is posted, it will be October. And October is a very special month for me. Not only is it Halloween, but it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I've lost 2 grandmothers to breast cancer. And so every month I try to pay tribute or volunteer at a space. And this poem I'm about to read was actually written for Mother's Day in 2020. And I wanted to bring it back because it still highlights strong women. So this one's called For Mom. No other heart will I be closer to than yours. So much more than just your hands have carried me. You are the rock I lay on when I must cry to the river. Honey from the sweetest bee when you say you are proud of me. Holy bells mimic the lullabies that came from your heart. Lullabies that taught me that there is peace in the world. I am in awe of your absolute strength to be more than just one pillar. You hold up the entire sky, for it was your hands that shaped the clouds so I would not fear the sun. Beauty that cannot be replicated by any stroke of any brush. The sound of your laughter is a treasure greater than any gold. May happiness always fly to you. When I bring you flowers, I will give the roots too, so that they may live forever, just like my love for you. So that one's for all the moms and strong women out there. Thank you guys so much. And Mom, if you're watching this, thank you. I love you. All right, and then let's see. This next poem I'm gonna do is called Vanity. I wrote this poem when I was coming out of high school. Actually, no, I think I wrote this poem my freshman year in college, mostly because as all women, we struggle with body image and just the way we're perceived in life. Especially for Black women, you know, there's certain societal standards that we have to pinch and crunch ourselves into to make us feel accepted. And then one day I just finally had enough. I said, you know what? I am beautiful the way I am. And so out came this poem. So this one is called Vanity. I love the size that you are. Remembered a time when I wanted you smaller, sharper, or bigger and bolder. Years went by, so I started to study you more instead of obsessing over you. I learned to admire your lines and wide curves. I can't think of another size that would fit. Perfection. You are a symbol of my heritage. I hope my future daughter inherits you, so I can show her that she is her own glorious temple. No one else is to shape. So baby, own every single part of yourself. So that one is called Vanity. And since we are in this theme right now of just women empowerment, I am going to perform one of my slam poems. This poem I wrote when Alabama was just on some crazy things. Basically, the abortion laws that were going on there, as all women were, we were furious. You know, no Congress, no government should have control over a woman's body, like at all. So I decided to write this poem in the heat of that moment, and it's probably one of my favorite poems. So this one is called God Bless America. My body, my uterus, my life, in the hands of white men. They seem to think they know more about my body than I do. They seem to think they understand the responsibility my body was given to do, although all the ladies know that when it comes to the test of a woman's anatomy, most men seem to fail. There is a reason God chose woman to carry child. It takes a back strong enough to carry 2 heartbeats, 3 heartbeats, 4 heartbeats. Can you feel the rise in my heartbeat? This may be a man's world, but my choice to an abortion should not have to succumb to the man's world. It is a double standard as to why we don't have these young boys facing their repercussions while these young girls are stuck in deadly reproductions. I don't understand. Because he gets to choose 9 more seconds of pleasure, I don't get to save myself from 9 months of his reckless sins to endeavor. God bless America, where a woman's body is more controlled than a gun. God bless America, where a woman can be held down and left with scars that aren't physical and is painted by the white man's lips that somehow this is God's will. God bless America, where if my body is no longer able to carry child, that it is my womanhood that is in question, like the blood coming down my legs was my intention. God bless America. I want to take the God out of America. No, I want to take out the men who think they are the gods of America. You have no power over me. My body, my choice, my sister, her choice, my mother, her choice. God bless America. She has a voice, but it's one they still ain't ready for. Thank you. Yeah, so that one, pretty straightforward about abortion rights. You know, we have the same thing happening in Texas right now. So anything you guys can do to support those women out there who are struggling, because, you know, it's basic human rights that are being taken away from them. And we need to be vocal about it. We need to stand up for the women we love in our life. All right, now let's switch up into something a little bit less heavy. This next poem I'm gonna read is originally from my drafts, and it's never been published. I performed it one time, but I enjoy it, and it's a little one that sets the mood a little lighter. So this one is called Dishes. The first time I ever said I love you was by the sink in the kitchen of my new apartment. I know, it's not the most romantic setting to premiere such words, but this was it. It was now or never, because if I held in one more second, I felt like I would lose you. Every butterfly in my stomach felt like rockets blasting off. My heart beating so fast the lungs couldn't keep up. My tongue pressing against the teeth of my mouth, waiting for its cue. My eyes wider than the sun. Here it is. Here it comes. I love you. You didn't come back the next night. Actually, you ran away out of state. So now the last memory I have of you is by the sink in the kitchen of my new apartment. I hate washing the dishes. So that's that one. It's very fun. Little art. Yeah, so I have 2 more poems to give to you guys, and before we get into that, I just want to say that if you enjoyed my work and what I do, please follow me on Instagram. It's ELLEHOPEW. I'll put it somewhere here. And then also follow my open mic, Spotlight Poetry LV. I post a whole bunch of events. We always have slams going on every other month. I really try to bring community-driven resources into my platform. So if you're interested, please check out both profiles, my personal one and Spotlight Poetry as well. And with Spotlight Poetry, we do have our open mic every Wednesday at 8 p.m. At Level 1 Bar and Lounge. So if you're interested in coming and sharing some poetry, please come on down. We encourage new poets, and it's just like one big happy family. It's all love. I make sure to create a space that people feel supported in, and people feel encouraged to try new things. So please come check us out. All right, so this poem is called Nightlife. I close my eyes at night peacefully knowing that this sphere of contradictions isn't the only thing out there for me. Another thought, another mindset beyond my own. I see the moon fall through the space between the leaves like I'm playing hide and seek. One giant eyeball whose reflective light makes me break all eye contact. A full moon is my priest. I've written many of my confessions under its light, yet at the end of the night, I am seduced by dead stars that shine the brightest. An affair that can never be broken. So, I know I'm sad we have to close this out, but I have one more poem for you guys. And this is another one of my slam pieces. And it basically just talks about, being proud of who you are. And I feel like as women, we're taught that you're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to be in the room alone. Not in the room alone, but more of just kind of just dissolve into the room. We're not meant to stand out. And I've heard it so many times in my life that I'm intimidating or I'm too strong or, some nasty words. But at the end of the day, I'm just a strong woman who knows what she wants and what she's going for. And so I wrote this poem to all the men who are intimidated by me. I see the way you look at her, then I see the way you look at me. Your face is easy to read because it tells the same story I've read in all boys' faces. You take a quick look and run because to admit intimidation would somehow affect your daily moments. See, you can try to put me in a fast category and somehow half my story. Expectations are uncertain. You finally get a word in, but baby, you got to take a step back because I know I'm a lot to take in. Maybe a little too much because your guard's up. So you take a second glance at her. I've always known the eyes of an entrepreneur. What an amateur. See, I could be one of those girls. I could hide my opinions. I could hide my emotions. I could hide my talents and my gifts all for your unmeaningful kiss. But here is why I could never be one of those girls. My mother said I could be anything I want in this world, and I will be damned if the labels trophy or dime are ever placed before me. Listen, I am a girl with a loud voice, hoping that this world will give her a chance, and maybe if you were intimidated by my powerful stance, you would see that behind my armor I am fragile. not like glass, but like a flower whose petals have been picked at by abusive lovers and others who will never know what words they said and that those words are stuck in my head. See, I can show you the many layers of a woman, make you see that seduction is much more than femininity or mystery, that it is exclusive, and the sexiest words to leave my mouth will be, I choose you. And go ahead and gather the rest up for a witch hunt. But how can you stop a woman whose actions and words are nothing but blunt? I will speak to the jury of my unmatched peers. I'm not afraid to admit I'm protective. Shorthand juror, did you hear me correctly? I said protective, not obsessive. And what you may call crazy, baby, I will just translate into passionate. Be damned if I'm just labeled with lazy adjectives. My mind is not yours, so don't try to unlock it. It's a labyrinth of thoughts and ideas you'll surely get lost in. And with myself now poured into the palm of your hands, please close your fingers together so I don't slip through. So when you take a second look at her, I won't give you a second chance to see the intense, beautiful queen that is me. So tell me, are you looking at me a little differently? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Tapestry of Poets presented by the Las Vegas Book Festival and Nevada Humanities. Again, my name is Elle. I had such a great time performing these poems for you guys, and hopefully soon in the future I will be able to perform them face to face with you. But again, please, if you enjoyed what I performed today, follow me. My @ is ELLEHOPEW, spelled LHOW. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And if you are interested in checking us out at Spotlight Poetry, be sure to follow us at Spotlight Poetry LV and come on down on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Again, thank you guys so much. Stay safe, stay beautiful.